Hello friends, welcome to another video, and in this video we will discuss one more advanced coding question of TCS NQT, and this question was asked on day 2, that is 20th of August 2022, and I have already uploaded the coding question of day 1, so you can go through it, try to solve maximum number of questions. Okay, and these coding questions are very important for all of you if you are about to appear in NQT, because this will decide your if you will be selected in the digital or not. Okay, so try to solve more and more questions. Now we will discuss this question. So this was one of the question. So in this video I will discuss the code in Python, but I have already made a video the same question with C++ also and with Java also. Sorry, because many of you wanted the code in C++ and Java, so I've already uploaded the video of same question with both the languages, so go through it. Now we will see how to solve this question. So the question is of medium level, so let us first understand the question, then we will see how to do it. So the question is, you are given an array A of size n. Your task is to select a subsequence of maximum length possible having maximum sum, and a subsequence should be selected in the following manner. So you have to select a subsequence in this manner. If you start from positive, then next number should be negative, then positive, then negative, and so on. Or if you start from negative, then next should be positive, negative, positive, so on. And in this way you have to make sure that the subsequence you selected have the maximum sum possible, and the length of the subsequence should also be maximum. So both of these should be. So let us try to understand with the help of this I have written here. Now let us see, I have given one example. Now here n equals to 7. So this n is basically the length of the array. So afterward we have been given 7 elements. So all these are 7 elements. Now it could be negative, positive, 0. And now we have to see that which subsequent you will select. So before that, I hope all of you are aware about the subsequence. So subsequence is basically a sequence that you can derive by either removing 0 or more elements. So this is formal definition, but let me try to explain it. So subsequence is like this. Start from here, and you have two options. Either select this or not select this. So let us say I try to make one subsequence. So I selected this one. Then I do not select 7. I selected 9. Then I selected 2. Then I selected -1. Then 0. So this is one subsequence that I have written here. -2, 9, 2, -1, 0. Similarly, it could be another. It could be another. So all these are one of the subsequence. And in subsequence, you have to make sure the order is not changing. So suppose I selected -2, then I selected 9, and you cannot come back. So -2, 9, 7 could not be. So if you are moving forward, you have to keep moving forward, maintain the order. So I hope you got the meaning of subsequence. Now we have to see how to approach this. So this was the first subsequence that I shown you, but in this case it could not be our final answer, because we wanted the subsequence to be in alternate, positive, negative, so on. But in this case, if you see carefully, it is negative, then positive, then again positive. So this subsequence could not be the answer. Now see second one. So -2, 9. So we selected -2 and then 9. So it could be because negative then positive. But it is not of maximum length, because -2 we selected, then we selected 9, but there were chances that we could have selected -5 also, -1 also. So this is not the maximum length, so this could not be our answer as well. So the thing I am trying to say is that you have to make the length maximum, how far you can go. Like in this case, the maximum length is 3. It could be, because no more subsequence you can select from this question having length more than 3. You can try it yourself, because 3 is the maximum limit. After this 3 length, there is no more opportunity. If you try to do, it will be continuous positive or continuous negative. So this could be one of the answer, subsequence, this could be, and this could be. So one thing it is clear, we have to find the maximum length. So for maximum length, we have to start from here and go up to here. Now how to make it maximum sum? So for that, one logic we have to keep in mind. If you listen carefully, then the thing I am trying to say is that if we have continuous positive, then it is sure that we will select only one out of this. Why? Because if you try to select more than one, it will be problem. So let us say I selected -2 and then I selected 7 and again I tried to select 9. So it could not be. Why? Because if again I try to select 9, it will be 2 positive continuously. But we want to be alternate. So it is sure that if we have continuous positive, then we will only select one out of this. Because if you try to select second one, we want negative. So out of these 3, we have to select one positive. Again, we have to select one negative. So same thing is for negative also. If there are continuous negative, then I will only select one out of this. Because the moment you select one and you will try to select another, it will again become negative, which is a problem. Because in question they are saying it should be alternate. If you have selected negative, just move on. Only one negative we have selected, now -1 we cannot select. Sorry. So the moment you try to select -1, it will be continuous negative. It no longer remain alternate. So this is the logic that we have learned. So this thing we have to keep in mind. Start from here, select a negative, move. We have continuous positive, then only we have to select one out of this. Again we have continuous negative, select one out of it. Because the moment you select 2 positive continuously, it will be error. Because we want alternate. So now try to see this test case. So input will be given like this. You will be given n and then n element will be given. And you have to print that what is the sum. So in this case, see, at first we will start from here, we will select -5. Now out of these 3, we will select 1. Again we have 2 continuous negative, we will select 1. Again we have 2 continuous positive, we will select 1. So it will be negative, positive, negative, positive. So this is the way. Now how to make this maximum? Now once you understand this thing, question is solved. Now to get maximum, it is very simple. If we have to select one out of this continuous, then we know that we will select the maximum. So if I have choice that out of 7, 9 and 2 select 1, then obviously I will select 9 because I want the sum to be maximum. Okay, so for positive number we got it. We will select the maximum if it is continuous. And if it is suppose single, then we have to select it. Like in this case, there is only one negative, so we selected it. Now if there are continuous negative, whom you will select? So here also we will select the maximum. Why? Because see, out of -5 and -1, which you will select so that sum is maximum. So obviously we will select that negative number which is less negative, means absolute value is less. Let me give you an example. So I have selected here. So see this test case. So -2 we have selected, then 7, then -1. So obviously it will not be answer because 9 is greater than 7. So it is a good option to select 9. So let us say I selected this one, -2, 9, -5. So for positive it is maximum. And now for negative, if I select -5 and if I select -1, then which is better? Which is giving you more sum? So obviously -1 will give you more sum. Why? Because you can do the addition. So -2 plus 9, 7, 7 minus 5, 2. Here you will get the sum as 2. But here you will get the sum as 9 minus 2, 7 minus 1, 6. So you are seeing it. For negative number, we want that one which have absolute value less, because if it is more negative it will reduce our sum, if it is less negative it will at least better than this one. So this is the overall logic. So I hope it is clear. So I think we are okay. Now we will see how to code this. Okay. Now once you understand the logic, the code is simple. So we want a subsequence of maximum length, maximum sum. Maximum length, for that what we will do, we will try to add more and more values, whatever possible. And for maximum sum, we already discussed. Now how to solve this? So now we will see the code. So this is the code in Python. And as I told you, I have already uploaded the same question with C++. So you can go through that if you are comfortable with C++ or Java. Now see the code. So in the code, the first line of input will be n. So I have taken the input. Next line will be this array. So I have taken a list. Now we have initialized this list L. In this list only, we will keep on adding the values. Now see the logic of code. So logic, what I am saying is like this. The first element, whatever it will be, I will append in the list. Nothing to worry. Now suppose I appended -2. Now we came here. So the first thing we have to see, we want alternate. So if you have to append next number, so we will obviously see our previous number. So we will at first see, is this positive or negative? So it is positive. So we think that, okay, it is positive. Then let us look the previous value. So it is negative. It means I can add these values. If it is positive and it is negative, then the means sequence that we want is that one only, alternate. So if it is a positive and previous one is negative, then append this. There is no problem in it. Okay? Because it is alternate. Move forward. Now we will see what we have. So now we have positive number. And we will see our last element, which is 7. It is also positive. Now here also positive and last element also positive. Now we are sure that we cannot add 9 here. Because the moment you will add 9, it will be 2 positive continuously. But we want alternate. So whenever you get a positive and last value is also positive, so we have to just find maximum of this. As I discussed, when you have continuous positive, then find the maximum. Because out of this I want only 1. So the moment we get a positive and last element also positive, so we will see, okay, between the last element and this element, which is more values. So 9 is more values. So this will be new list. So instead of 7, we will replace it with 9. Because we have to increase the sum. Now move forward. Now we have another element 2. Now we will see, is it positive or negative? So it is positive. Now we will see last element is positive or negative. So last is also positive. So both is positive, it means we cannot append. So if we cannot append, we have to update if it is out of this which is greater. So 9 is already greater, so no need to replace it with 2. Because if we replace this with 2, our sum will be reduced. So as I told you, we have to make the maximum out of this. So instead of 9, it will remain 9. So now move forward. Again we see a new values -5. Now we will see, okay, is it positive or negative? So it is negative and last value is positive or negative. So last is positive. It means it is favorable to add this. Because last value is positive, so next should be negative because we want alternate. Now the moment we see that both are of alternate sign, we appended -5 here. We added -5. Okay. We added -5. Now again we move forward. We see positive or negative. So this is also negative and last element is also negative. So we cannot add this because it will become continuous negative. So in this case what we will do? We will try to find maximum. And in negative also we will find maximum. Because as I told you, absolute value should be less. So out of -5 and -1, which is favorable? So obviously -1 is favorable because it will increase our sum, at least not decrease it. So instead of -5, we will update it with -1. Now we added minus 1 here. So we are getting the sequence. Can you see it? Negative, positive, negative, and all are maximum. Okay, so I hope you got it. Now we came to the last element, 0. Now for 0, what we will do, now we know that 0 is neither positive nor negative in mathematics. So we will skip it. No need to keep it. Because we cannot provide a sign. Is it positive or negative? It is neither positive nor negative. So we will, whenever you encounter 0, we will skip it. So this was the logic all about. So I hope you got it. Now see through the code. Same thing I have done it here also. So these two lines I made you explain. Now we created a list, and in this list I already appended the first value, because for first value there is no problem. We do not need to see the previous one because this is the first one. So first value I already appended, and then for loop I started from 1, and here there are some if else. So these two test case, these two line, just forget for now. And this k equals to L minus 1, it will keep the last value. Because see, whenever we were trying to append something, we always checked the last value. Is it positive or negative? So last value is very important, and that we have stored. L minus 1 will give the last value. Now forget this for now. Start from here. As I told you, the moment I will see that okay, AI is negative, means the value I am trying to add is negative. So let us say I am trying to add minus 5. So value I am trying to add is negative, then we will check the last value. If it is positive, then there is no problem in adding this. But if it is negative, like when we try to append minus 1, so we will see the last value is also negative, then we will update this with maximum of these two. So same thing I have written here. AI is negative, then we will check the last value. So last value is also negative, so in the last index we will put maximum of the two. And if last value is positive and current value is negative, then just append it. Okay, similarly the last case is if AI is greater than 0. So if AI is greater than 0 means current element is positive, then we will check last element, is it also positive? So this if is checking whether last element is also positive. So yes. So if both are positive, just store the or update the maximum out of these two. And if the last element is negative and current is positive, then just append it. Okay, so I hope it is very simple. Now all these are okay. Now this 2 line, what it is for? So why we have given this? So this one I hope you all are getting. If the current element AI is 0, as I told you, just skip it. So just I written continue. And why this element? So if k equals to 0, so we are checking if the last element is 0, then what to do? So just if last element is 0 and we do not want 0, so just update the last element with current element. That's all. It is like this. So suppose the first element was 0. So B in L it is 0. So now we are trying to C minus 2. So if the last element is 0, and we know that we do not want to keep 0 because there is no need of it. So just update the last element with current element. So this was about these 2 lines. So I hope you got all the things. Now this L will basically contain our all the elements, and now we want sum. So just add all this. So this last for loop is for that one only. I went through all the L values and just added it to sum 1 and then print it. So let us try to run some of the test cases. So try this one only. So this 0 was not there. N7 minus 2792. Sorry, minus 2792 into minus 5 minus 1 0 minus 5 minus 1 0. Okay, So we got the sum as 6, and here also you can see the final sum was 6. So I hope this was the code all about, and I hope all of you must have understood. And if you want, if you have not understood any part of it or any part of the code, you can write in the comment section. And if you want, for the last time, let me go through it one more time. So just refresh it. So let us take one example of n equals to 4 minus 3. Okay, sorry, minus 3 not. 5, 7, minus 2, and minus 20 and minus 1. So see, what I was saying is very simple. We will keep one L, that is list, and we will try putting the values one by one. So the first value will already be here. And what I am saying that, as I told you, if we have a continuous positive, then we want only one. It cannot be 2. I already discussed. So first I appended 5, then I will try to append 7. Now whenever I will try to append 7, I will check the last value. If it is also positive, then I cannot append this because it will be continuous 2 positive. So instead I will update it. So I want the sum to be maximum, so I will check whether out of 5 and 7 which is maximum. So obviously 7 is maximum, so I will, instead of 5, I will replace it with 7. Now I will try to append minus 2. So it is negative and last value is positive. So it is okay to append minus 2 because we want alternate sequence. Now, sorry, minus 20. Now again we got similar values. So it is also negative and again we got negative. So in this case we cannot append, but we will update. Now we will update with what? So out of minus 20 and minus 1, which will give the maximum sum? So obviously minus 1 will give, because 7 minus 20, it will be minus 13, and 7 minus 1. Sorry, 7 minus 20 is minus 13 and 7 minus 1 is 6. So if I update this minus 20 with minus 1, we will get maximum sum. Okay, because minus 20 will reduce our sum more, because see, its absolute value is high, but minus 1 will reduce our sum a little bit. So out of these two, we will update whichever is maximum. Okay, so in this way we have to do, and the moment we will encounter 0, we will skip it. So this was the logic all about. I hope you got it, and this was all from my side. And if you have any problem, you can write in the comment section, and if you want any other thing of any part of the code, you can write in the comment section. So thank you guys, take care, best of luck.